Hello YouTube, FilmBuffo6 here, and yes, I am back from my holiday in Bulgaria. I had a great time there. The staffing was decent. The food was great. The swimming pools were great. The flumes were great. I had a really, really great time, and that is all I have to tell you about my holiday. But I want to talk about a piece of news. But quickly, I want to talk about a piece of news that caught my attention when I was on holiday, and it's the official confirmation from Warner Brothers that Ben Affleck is going to be the new Batman in Man of Steel 2 alongside Henry Cavill's Superman. And a lot of people have raged quite negatively about this piece of casting. My thoughts, he is kind of a questionable choice as Batman because we all know that he did that Daredevil movie, which didn't do very well, not very much business at the box office, and Ben Affleck himself admitted that film tarnished his career for quite a while. And speaking of Affleck, he has been a brilliant director. I mean, especially with all three films he's done as director, which are Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and Argo, which are all three of them are in my DVD collection. I'm thinking Ben Affleck, he might pull it off as Bruce Wayne, but as Batman, I don't really know. I mean, he could surprise us. I mean, think back to the way Heath Ledger was initially looked at when he was cast as the Joker in The Dark Knight, and look how that turned out in the end. He could do it. I think he could do it. And that's that news out of the way. Also, very, very quickly, just want to pay a little tribute to broadcasting legend Sir David Frost, who passed away last night, aged 74. Really, really sad news. I personally haven't seen very much from this guy, except from his famous interview he had with President Nixon, which was documented in the Oscar-nominated film Frost Nixon. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Sir David. That's all I can say. Now onto my Q&A responses. Now I promised this in my previous video before I went, and I expected more, but I guess I'm just saddled with two of my subscribers who've given me Well, interestingly, it's not really 2, but it's really 3 questions. Again, I did expect more, but those 2 always featured on the comments section. I'm going to read these questions in ascending order, and I hope my answers are really, really good ones. First, I'm going to go to the Mr. Joe Malleable, who says, "I will miss your videos. They are great. Thank you very much." And my question is, what is your least favourite Doctor Who episode? That's kind of a hard one, but in the end, I think most Doctor Who fans would agree with me when I say that my least favourite episode has got to be Love and Monsters from Series 2. Pretty pointless episode, really. It was pretty boring. It was a lot of pointless filler. The design of the Absorbaloff was childish and pathetic. The acting was bland acting. When David Tennant and Billie Piper shows up on screen, it's like a breath of fresh air. The humour wasn't that. The humour wasn't as funny as it should have been. Peter Kay does an alright job as Victor Kennedy, but as the Absorbaloff, he's just terrible. And Camille Kaduri, who plays Jackie Tyler, was underused. So that's my least favourite Doctor Who episode, Love and Monsters. Just pretty pointless episode. Clearly it was just written as it went along to make way for the epic finale with the Daleks and Cybermen. Sorry. Now on to the last 2 questions, both of which are posted by Matthew Rowney from Who Addicts Reviews, who says here, "Have a good holiday." Thank you. My question, and he says, "My question: who is your favourite Doctor and why?" I'm not going to surprise you with this one. David Tennant. And here's why. He was the Doctor that I grew up with the most, and he's got everything. He is brilliant. He's awesome. He's eccentric. He's funny, energetic, playful. He could also be quite intense and a bit dark at times. My favourite, and of course my favourite episode of his is the or episodes really are the End of Time 2-parter. I mean, you could clearly tell that David acted his heart out in this in these 2 episodes, and I was one of the people that clearly didn't want him to go. you know, before his awesome regeneration scene. But I had to kind of accept, you know, that that there was going to be a new man, a new actor taking over, which of course turned out to be Matt Smith in the end. And so David is my Doctor. And the other question that that Matthews asked me is, what episode got you interested in Doctor Who? I'm thinking, do you mean what episode first got me interested in Doctor Who? Well, that's interesting because, as I mentioned in a previous video, Series 3 was my first real introduction into Doctor Who. So, it's probably episode 1 of Series 3, Smith and Jones. And that was a really, really good episode. But I think what made me, but I think it was the theme, hearing the theme tune really, that almost made me fall in love with Doctor Who. It was like love at first sight. I just couldn't believe how brilliant that theme sounded at the time. And before I ramble on, that's it, and that is all the questions and that is it for my Q&A session video, and I do hope that these answers were really, really good ones, and until my next video, whatever it may be, take care everyone, and goodbye.